sign of unity for this important initiative. Respect. Ladies and gentlemen, the boys and girls, please welcome onto the pitch the children of Hull.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Craven Park on Good Friday, the 21st of March 2008, for what will be the first of four crunching derbies, I expect, for 2008. Round 7 Engage Super League. Hull Kingston Rovers versus Hull FC. Oh, it's a chilly day, windy day out there, mate, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm not cold at the minute.
No, I'm not feeling out but nerves at the moment, Dan. Really looking forward to it. Like you say, first of 4 games. Let's just hope it's done in the right kind of way, right kind of atmosphere, and let's keep them East fans nice and happy today with a lovely win.
Absolutely. I'll just quickly run through the teams for you then. For the Robins, we've got Sean Briscoe at fullback, John Steele, Chev Walker, Jake Webster and Daniel Fitzhenry make up the back line, with Paul Cook making his first appearance of the season. Just a nice easy game for him to come into. James Webster's at scrum half. The front row for the Robins, Mick Vella, Ben Fisher and David Mills, with Clint Newton, Ben Galley and Scott Morrell making up the back row. On the bench for the Rovers, Garrett Crossman, Kirk Netherton, Stanley Jean and Macaulay Azu. And on the other side of the field, the black and white is wearing blue today, I believe. Matu Tony, Matt Singh, Kirk Yeaman, Todd Byrne, Gareth Rayner, Sean Berrigan off half today, Adam Dykes, Paul King, Tommy Lee, Peter Cusack, Lee Radford, Danny Tickle and Danny Washbrook. And on the bench for the Early Birds, we have Graham Horn, Scott Wielden, Danny Houghton, and making his debut for the black and whites, Adel Fallouse. Your referee today, a firm favourite of both the Hull teams, is Mr. Ashley Klein, born and bred in the West Riding of Australia. It should be interesting after the last couple of games that he's had refereeing these two teams, but we'll wait and see what happens. We've got some touch judges out there as well, in the name of Mr. Wright, Mr. Griffiths, and we've also got the video ref today because the Sky cameras are here, of course, Mr. Ray Tennant. As Hull FC take to the field in their unfamiliar blue and white, to a rapturous ovation from their fans down in the Zeebrugge stand here at Craven Park today. Not the greatest of receptions from the east and west stands, but that's to be expected. I think a few of these Hull lads coming into this game for the first time, and the Robins lads, Mike, I don't think they'll have experienced much like this before.
No, it's exceptional, Dan. None of them would have felt anything like this before a game. Everybody's rocking, everybody's rolling, ready for a brilliant game in this derby. Here we go then, Hull Kingston Rovers taken to the field. Let's hope they're as positive as they look. Looking splendid in the whites, with a red band as usual. Rufus getting the East stand wound up, and it won't take much for me and Dan to be the same, I don't think, today, Daniel.
No, I think it's going to be a bit feisty, this one, I think, mate. There's a lot of scores to be settled, especially after that absolute tonking that we gave them at their place last season. They're still going to be reeling from that. It's how they react, and of course how the Robins react to them. Should be a great game. Well, I've seen this first half playing into the teeth of what can only be called a gale, really. It's absolutely blowing it down there, blowing a gale even, that gale. All right, we'll get that one out of the way hopefully before the rest of the game. So LFC are going to kick off then into that strong wind. Expect them to put this one high in the air, I think. It's a bit of a flapper from Danny Tickle, but and look who's got it. Paul Cook's going to take the first drive. No, Mickey Vella will take that in, and he's well met by a duo of Hull FC tacklers. Ben Fisher back at acting half for the Robins. He's been missed in the recent weeks. As Galea back in his familiar second row position, did a sterling job for the Robins at standoff last weekend against Castleford Tigers. Game that the Robins won 20 points to 0. Hull FC also coming into the game on the back of a strong victory against the Wakefield Wildcats, 16 points to 8. They won that one. As Rovers looking to test Motu Tony early on. That just shows you the strength of that wind. It's gone dead, that one already, but the Robins won't be too disappointed with that. It's a decent set, and they'll hope to get the Hull FC pen down on their line. As Gareth Rayner gets a good hit from the Robins. Makes a few more yards though. Tommy Lee acting half. Scott Morrell goes into that first tackle. It's really is a timing thing. As Kurt Yeaman doesn't look really like he wanted to run that ball in then. He's well met by the Robins. Hull FC then on their 40-metre line. Bringing it forward through Paul King. He's another one much loved by the Rovers players and fans alike. And his testimonial season for Hull FC. As Rovers keeping Hull onto 5 tackles just on the halfway line now. I see a kick from Tommy Lee. It's going to go in the air for Daniel Fitzhenry. And that's well fielded. He just slips as he goes into the tackle. We've had a bit of rain this week. It's been very windy, but I think it's still a bit soft on top, Mike.
Yeah, it is, but you can see the style of play they're up into play already, Dan. They're going for the passing game. Good run there from Chev Walker, made a tackle by Danny Tickle. Adam Dykes, looks like my granddad Adam Dykes, looks really old. Clint Newton takes the ball forward. Dumped on his head. Didn't know you could do that, but there you go. Ben Fisher off half, gives it to Mick Vella. Grounds them legs again. Never goes back. Oh! Obviously wasn't expecting that ball once from David Mills. Great vision from Mick Vella. Just a shame he wasn't expecting it, Dan.
Yeah, you've got to always expect the offload in this game, Mike. Certainly at this standard of play. Maybe in the National Leagues the forward wouldn't have got that ball away, but you've got to expect the offload every time in the tackle. Especially with the likes of Mick Vella, he can really get the ball out there and in what seemed like impossible circumstances. So the Robins coming up with the first error. Decent field position for Hull FC. That looked like feeding to me, Mike, but I think that law's long gone as well. Another slip from one of the players. Mills making up for that ever there with a good tackle on Danny Wasbrook. As Hull FC look to go blind with Sean Berrigan. He's another one. Absolutely world-class hooker, playing in the standoff role, I believe, today though. And also getting a penalty off Paul Cook that I don't think he should have got there. He had hold of the player's arm. Cook had very little chance to actually get away from the acting half there, but good play from Berrigan, good experience.
Yeah, he's got good experience. He knew what he was doing. He was holding on to Paul Cook's arm and milked the penalty, and Ashley Klein give him it. That's the way he does things. He earns the penalties. If you find it a bit difficult to make a few metres, you try and milk the penalties, and that's what he did, and he got one. Great tackle there, 3-man tackle from Rovers on the round 10-metre line. Running back to get onside Ben Fisher. Important early stages of this game. It'd be good to keep them out nice and early. You don't want to give them any emphasis. You don't want to make them go forward. You want to be on the front foot all the time. Keep them out, Rovers. Well tackled. 4-5 men in the tackle. The shot on that far side's got to move across. Comes an A-side, passes the ball. Got to hit him hard there. Scott Morrell and Mick Vella bring him down. Helped by Sean Briscoe. Playing the game a little bit there. Paul King. Oh, he just couldn't get over. He'd have got there if there was a bit over the line. Never mind. Out to Adam Dykes, granddad. Well met again. Oh, he's passed it inside straight to Daniel Fitzhenry, who makes 5 yards. Good start, good defence. That's key. Let's got the Kimmy going for the 480 again, Daniel.
Yeah, another player, both sides a bit guilty of and that's a high tackle. That's a high tackle. I think it was Paul King. Yeah. I think he's That's got to be a yellow card, Mr. Clowns. You've seen the replay. That's a shocking tackle. I think he's probably a bit jealous of the head of hair that Scott Morrill's got there. Yeah, we won't get into the afro tackle either, Mike, not after last time. So the Robins then getting the first penalty of their first penalty, obviously. And that's a great kick from Paul Cook. Great yards made, right up to the 50 for the Robins. Good field position. Both teams so far guilty of being a bit sloppy with the offload, but certainly the Robins will be looking to make good use of this extra ground that they received from the penalty there. As Cook brings in Vela. But he's well wrapped up. Another good ball for Clint Newton. The great offload, it's just unlucky. I thought the supporting man was held back there, to be honest. It was Scott Morrell, I think. But certainly gaps opening up, and that's a crunching tackle from Scott Morrell. In fact, it's Paul Cook. Yeah, looking at the replay, the chasing man was certainly held back by the Hull FC players, but again, if it's out of sight of the referee and his two touch judges and the video ref, then it's difficult for them to see, but we spotted it.
Yeah, we did. We do have the benefit of the big screens right in front of us, Dan. But never mind, these things happen. I'm sure we'd have done the same if they was making a clean break through. On with the game. Hull FC just past their own 30, trying to run it out. Paul King again. Well met again, Scott Morrell. Can't emphasise how well he's tackling this Super League season. Really, really grown. Jake Webster, what a fast down! What, Jake, he's got a pace! All the way! Yes! What a try! Jake Webster came through! You're not going to stop him from 40 metres out, no matter who you put in front of him. What a fantastic try! Rovers 4-0 up, kick to come down. Fantastic tackle in the first place, knocked the ball loose. Jake Webster coolly, calmly picked it up on his 40. Nobody was going to get in his way, no one was going to stop him. Takes it in, marvellous try, Daniel.
Absolutely. Sean Berrigan, it was great kick pressure from the Robins. He looked to get a kick away, but he was tackled in the process. And as you say, Mike, I don't think if they'd have dropped the tidal barrier in front of Webster, it would have stopped him then. Great kick pressure from the Robins. Great pick up from Webster, and well, it was all plain sailing from there. Pretty easy finish for him. Certainly, it was only Danny Westbrook chasing. It was no slouch, to be fair, for a back rower, but certainly Jake Webster must be one of the fastest, strongest centres in the league at the moment, if not the world for me. Maybe I'm just getting a bit carried away, but hey, if you can't get carried away on Derby Day, Mike, when can you get carried away?
Today's the day. If ever you're going to get carried away, Dan, you'll get carried away with me, so we'll be alright.
I think I might be getting carried out at the pub tonight, to be fair, so we'll see what happens after this game. But like I say, Rovers capitalising on that error from Paul King. Sloppy penalty to give away, stupid penalty. You're not going to get away with that shots like that. Rovers putting an extra nail in his coffin, to be fair. Paul Cook then, first kick of the season. It's a difficult one, that wind. Although on the back of the kicker it's swelling about a little bit as well, so we'll see how this goes. I think the East Stand will tell you what the result of that one is. That's a great kick from Paul Cook. So the Robins then racing into a 6-point lead with a try from Jake Webster. Conversion from Paul Cook. Obviously been practising, there's plenty of time to practice his kicking in the off-season, Mike.
Yeah, he's had plenty of time to think about this coming game, Dan. Been a long time out. Brilliant try, that. Absolutely fantastic try. Smiling all the way to the line. Tongue out, pointing his finger to the LFC fans. Hey, we don't advocate that, but boy do we like it, Dan.
Yeah, I don't know what advocate means, so you can't advocate if you like, I won't have a clue. As the Robins then looking to build on that. Couple of early scores will be good. Certainly they're going to need to make this wind pay. This advantage that LFC will have in the second half. Hopefully the gods are looking down and will stop it. But another hard tackle. There was actually both men went in high on him then. I think Mr. Klein's given his one for the half. The Robins certainly, that's a flat pass from the Robins. Thankfully the Hull fans are behind the post so they can't see that. They can't see the big screen either. James Webster's going to look for a 40-20, is he? He's going to get it as well. Matu Tony, that's an interesting fullback play from Matu Tony. Why on earth they let that ball run is anyone's guess. Adam Dykes is absolutely livid at his fullback, but Webster was well inside the 40 and, well, he's been getting some rave reviews from the Hull fans at fullback this season, Tony, and I don't think that'll add to his CV very much.
Well, he's the best fullback in Hull, Dan. Let's not forget that. Anyway, James Webster to put in 15 metres from the left sea line. Feeds it. Gives it out to Paul Cook. An hungry Paul Cook. Goes down. 12 metres out. Gonna go wide. Bengalia moving out. No. Gone James Webster's way into Mick Vella. Takes a steadier. Down to the 10 metre line. Yeah, sticking to a game plan. Well said, Dan. Well pointed out. Everybody knows the place and everybody's in the place. Chev Walker. He's not tied up yet. That's pinch referee. Oh, it's high. Is it high again? Is it high again? Every time. Dave Mills, Mick Vella for a try. Oh, he come close last week and all. Just couldn't get there. Held up 10 metres out. Passes the ball wide. Goes to Webster. Goes to Cook. Still sells the dummy. Took down on the 10 metre line. Plays the ball again. Bengalia. Jake Webster. He's got some power, that lad. He's pushing his way to the line. He can't get over from there, surely. I nearly thought we formed a mole then, Charlie. Kick through. Wobbles onto it. Oh, it's been kicked. Behind the dead ball line. Drop out. All I see to drop out from underneath the wrong post, Dan.
Yeah, perfect sets from the Robins. I think Hull FC were a bit lucky there because the ball was ripped out of Chev Walker's hands by one of the players in at least a 2 or 3 man tackle. The referee played all on, which is fair enough if he'd have dropped it, but it was ripped out, so it should have been a penalty for mine. But certainly Robins putting plenty of pressure on Hull FC in this first. We've had 12 minutes already, Mike. I can't believe it. Seems like we've only just kicked off. And Sam Flowing, you're having fun. It's Mick Vella again. Sidesteps Paul King as if he was a, well, yeah. He wouldn't have got past him if he was a Panther Stella, Mike. Look at the wind. Very strong wind. David Mills, good handoff. This whole defence looks a bit raggy for me. I think they're there for the taking, Mike. They're looking to use Webster again. And we'll get a penalty for offside. I would expect a kick for goal for the Robins here. But as we saw against Castleford, and certainly the defence from Hull FC hasn't been overly strong so far, so I think they'll probably take the chances with this one and run it. I think it would have been 0-0. They might have gone for the goal, Mike, but yeah, they've got the emphasis going forward, and of course with this wind it's anyone's guess what a kick's going to do. So the Robins with Mick Vella in the middle of the park, choose to go right. Scott Morrell, the dummy. That's another high tackle from Dykes. And again, David Mills, he's a big lad. Looks to bust off Tony. Does too, what Tony does well at the second attempt. I'd expect a little kick for Clint Newton here, you know. I think we're going to see a penalty. I think that's well played for by Scott Yeaman, to be fair. By Kirk Yeaman, well played for and got. I don't think he was the man that would have been tackling the runner anyway, to be fair. No, certainly not. Well, no, I think if it was the other way around, Mike would have been screaming for that, wouldn't we?
Yeah, we certainly would. Good hit though, very good hit. I mean, he's having a moan about it, so you know he's hurt. Anyway, they kick out from the 10 metre line, put it on the 20. Strong wing they're facing into, it won't be easy for him in this first half. Brilliant tackle, Clint Newton, it's what he's famous for. Calling the mean machine by name, mean machine by nature, fantastic tackle. Kirk Keeman, even with all his anger and his upsetment, can't get past the first tacklers. Plays it now. Scott Morrell, big tackle on Danny Tickle. Big tackle. 3-1 for Clint Newton as well. Fantastic tackling machine. He's having a look. And again, that's 4 in a row. 4 in a row. Good tackle as well by James Webster, who I thought really come to the fore last week and proved his worth after being knocked by quite a few people, including myself. 5th tackle already. 7 metres into the second Rovers half. He hasn't played at that, referee. No, it's still last tackle. Motuk Tony, best fullback in the world going forward. He's kicked that ball forward there. Daniel Fitzhenry's watching it easy. Picks up nice and steady. Really good kick into that wind. Prop forward kicking the ball that far. What next? No, not in Mardy either. Lee Crooks begs to differ, of course. Still, they've knocked it on and they're on 20. Well, let's see. Getting the ball. He's knocked on now. Oh, he said it's gone backwards. I can't believe that. I can't believe it's obviously gone forwards, but referee clown again. Come on, Jake, you've got to get them tackles. Get him into touch. Good tackling there. Sloppy missed tackle first off Jake, though. It's he has missed a couple. Matt Singh inside to Paul King. He's having a look about. Don't go nowhere, get down. Scott Morrell there, brilliant tackle. He's up, playing the ball, Tommy Lee. No, he's not going over, he's held up the outline. He should be tucked back to the 10-metre line here. No, he's letting him play the ball there. No, you've got to watch him here, he's going to go out wide. See it off, Steely. No, he's knocked that ball on. Knocked it on there. Tap out on the 20. I was quite confident he knocked it on there. No, he's going to give him the other card. Absolutely dopey play. Dopey, dozy play. See you later, son. That's what you get for being a fool. I remember Andrew Coley doing something similar at Salford last year. Delayed to play the ball. 10 minutes. Take your break, son.
You can't hold your hands up. It's happened enough over the last couple of seasons for players to know that if you catch the ball when it's been passed for a quick tap, you're going in the bin, aren't you? Where they belong, to be fair, with all the rest of the rubbish. Totally unbiased, not partisan at all, Mike. Sorry about that. I'll be on my best behaviour from now on. Yeah, good run from the Robins. Good clearing the ground. They really should make this extra number tell now with the wind at the back and an extra man as well. Kalia making an extra couple of yards then. Paul King just sitting on him. He's not a sofa, Paul. Or a flag edge. He usually sits on a weekend, isn't it? That's a big one. We'll see what Tony's made. He's going to let this bounce, is he? Oh, that's well taken. I think he might have been practicing those, to be fair, over the last couple of weeks. Had an absolute howler earlier on in the season and was absolutely ripped to pieces by pretty much everyone. I think we don't give players credit for the strength of the wind and the sun and everything like that. It's not an easy job. Well, FC looking tired already. They've had to run into that wind all for about, what's that now, coming up to 20 minutes of this half, and they're looking tired. Yeah, good point there, Mike. We need to get a lead on the board, as we saw last week. Robins 6-0 in the lead with pretty much all the possession and territory against Castleford, but the Tigers nearly pulled it back. So you've got to make these this territory and possession and the extra man count. Again, good pressure on the kick out. Briscoe's going to fail that one. Would have been a high tackle, you're right, Mike, but ducked under it. Very strong tackler, Danny Tickle. Oh, that was well, I think it might have been a knock on. That's not really what you want to be doing down there. I think Steely probably got the call from Ben Galea then to give him it, but good tackle from the black and whites, blue and whites, turquoise, is it? I don't know. So, a bit scrappy at the minute, Mike. A few errors popping in here and there, which you might expect with it being a derby match and the weather and everything, but errors that don't really need to be forced, do they?
No steady play really, Dan. We need to take it nice and steady. There's no rush. We're in the lead. We dominated the game, to be quite honest with you, over the first 15 minutes. We don't need to make or put any pressure on ourselves. As spectacles, I don't think the derbies are ever such good games, unless you're winning 42-6, of course. But as spectacles as a whole, derbies don't really exist in that sort of capacity. I think it's usually rough, tough, in-your-face sort of stuff. Rugby league, I won't going to say that. That's not my line. I know you like to copy David, but never mind. That's a silly pass. That is just panic rugby, that, trying to get back into it, obviously. But not the sort of play you want to see. He's not played at that, ref, so that's a Rovers ball. It's been ripped out. Yeah, that's a penalty. Penalty. Gary Ferner just ripped it out there. Looks like a Panther Guinness in it, Gary Ferner, with his dark skin and his white head. I was surprised that Paul King had tried to have a sip of him.
I like that. No, I don't drink Guinness. It's so much of a manly drink, I think. But again, stupid play from LFC. Peter Sharp must be ripping his hair out. Certainly Smiler, as he's known to the rest of the rugby league. Two stupid penalties, a gift in the Robins' possession and position when they don't really need to with this wind. Stupid play. As David Mills takes a well-earned break then. That early error, that's another sloppy pass. James Webster wasn't ready for that. You've got to be ready for every pass, but that was a daft ball, Mike. Silly pass from Clint Newton. I've just seen Macaulay Azu enter the fray. Just need to calm it down a bit. I mean, at the end of the day, it is a derby match, but ultimately it's just a game for 2 points, and you just approach it like any other game and error-free rugby if you can.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it, error-free rugby, but that's what you should be looking for. You should be looking, doing the basics right before you start widening and yep, exactly. Look after your own style of play and let the opposition take care of themselves. They're not playing that good at the moment. No, but now the team, I mean, we're 6 points up on the scoreboard, as you can see. But lots of errors, error-ridden game again. Always in the derbies, error-ridden games. It's a shame because there could be such a marvellous thing if you want some errors, of course. But there's too many errors. Need to cut them silly errors out. Anyway, as we go, all FC 35 yards from our line. Goes wide, Tommy Lee. Pass it on again. Another silly pass, really. It should be mullered there, It should have been on him there, McCarty Izzo. Great tackle, 3-man tackle, bring him down. 35 metres from the line. From our line. Off half passes it out now. Peter Cusack, I believe it is. Motto Tony is well met by Scott Morrell. He's not going to let him go from there. Brought down 27 metres from his own. Yeah, well, thank you for that ball. Silly ball again. Hospital passes. There's already been a couple of them. He's got to turn around sharply from his own line, Daniel Fitzhenry. Don't stop because your emphasis will stop and you'll get pushed backwards. That's it. Drive them legs forward. Sean Briscoe moves into the off-half position. Jake Webster's coming in for the drive. I think no. Sean takes it himself. Gets to within the yard of the 10-metre line. Just steady, Rovers. Steady play. You've got that massive wind behind you for a kick on the last tackle. John Steele looks for a gap. Can't get it. Paul King brings him down. 15 metres from his own line. Fitzhenry at half-back. James Webster. Oh, tried for the dummy there. Unlucky. Nearly on the 20-yard line then. Ben Fisher moves to off-half. McCarty is out. Yeah, they might have another hard tackle. Every time. Hard tackles. Dominate a lot of our games this season of hard tackles. Yeah, well taken actually by Gareth. That's not easy in this kind of wind. Well brought down. 45 yards from the Rovers line. Matt Singh, lovely looking bloke. He's a bonny lad, yeah. Gets brought down by Chev Walker. His mum's proud of him anyway, Dan.
Yeah, as we go into just coming up to 18.5 minutes left in the first half. As I say, a bit scrappy. I think the Warren's about to come down as well, which should make for a good handling game. The Dykes is looking to go inside, but he's well wrapped up. He still gets the ball away to Berrigan though. Hull looking dangerous going forward as Matt Singh tries to hand off Jake Webster and does so, but he's well wrapped up by Cook and Galea. Hull just in the ascendancy a little bit in the last few minutes on the back of those errors from the Robins. Reached the last tackle. It's Danny Houghton's on the field now. I think he's a cracking player and a great prospect. They'll put the kick in. Briscoe's going to let it run, I think. That's great full-back play. We'll say it all over again, but why they let him go and kept Motu Tony? I hope he didn't come back to mince our words by the end of the game, but a better full-back in the league at the minute, I don't think. McCarty Izzo's well wrapped up by Dykes and Houghton. Fitzhenry will bring it away from the Robins now. And again, he's well met by a wall of Hull defence, but he does well. Fisher acting half-back, looks to bring in Webster. Who in turn looks to bring in Walker. No silly offloads though. No. I think Rovers could just do with settling this one now. Or running on. But silly offloads, like we say, we don't really need them, but if you don't try it, it doesn't happen, does it, Mike?
No, that's true. You've got to put yourself out to all sorts of ways and means of scoring a try. We're trying. We are the more expansive team. Brilliant, Mickey, but it's last minute slip. Unfortunate. I think he'd have gone then. I think he'd have gone to the line. Just ankle tapped at the last minute. Never mind. Last tackle. Fifth tackle. He's got to put it up in the air, surely. Yes, he has. I think that'll go out on the full. Yeah, out on the full. Unlucky. That wind's really swirling left to right. Very, very strong wind again. It was strong the other night when the mist was down, but it's a lot stronger today, folks, believe me. As Lee Radford takes 5 minutes to gather his thoughts after that move. They do look tired. There's a few of their players look awfully tired very early. I mean, I know it's a strong win, but we're only 24 minutes into the game. Good 3-man tackle there, solid, on the 20-metre line. Oh, it's penalised them, holding down at the flare. Good tackle, they just didn't get off him quick enough, which is unfortunate.
There's that key word again, Mike, consistency. That's the first holding down tackle in 25 minutes, and certainly isn't the first time a player's been held down in the tackle, so that key word we keep harping on about and getting on each other's nerves if nobody else is, to be fair, with the consistency. But again, Rules is rules. If the ref gives it, you've got to abide by it. As a certain Ashley Cole found out during the week playing football. Whoa, that is a massive shot from McAllister on Danny Wheeldon. Absolutely creamed him. And another from the Robins. This is more like it. Bring back the Biff, that's what I say. Absolutely mullered by McAllister. That's got to be the tackle of the season on television so far. I felt that one, Mike.
Yeah, the West Stand shook. Another massive hit from the Rovers players. Paul Cook leading the way with Bengalia. You can tell he's hungry, Paul Cook. Kick now from Dykes. Floating all over in the wind. Must be awful for being a fullback today. I wouldn't want to be one today. Now there with this wind. Well brought back by Sean Briscoe. Crowd in good voice today. Absolutely fantastic atmosphere. You can cut it with a knife sometimes though. Yeah, well tackled. 3-man tackle. Plays the ball. Clint Newton on the short. He's done it again. There's no need for silly passes. Think, Rovers. You've got to think. These short passes are not working. You think that they're twigged onto that by now. That's about 4 times they've tried it and 3 times they've knocked on. It's too windy. It's not hitting them right. They're hitting the line well. They're just not catching the ball.
No, it's daft rugby. Rovers, after that defensive set, absolutely creamed the LFC. They've given them the impetus back to the blue and whites, and like we say, it's just silly rugby. I think Clint might be a bit wound up. He's a very, very passionate player, as we've seen from previous games and clips on YouTube and what have you. Certainly, he's a very passionate player, but just needs to get that in check a bit. McAllister, that looks a very high tackle. I'd be on his shoulder. He must have big shoulders, Mike. He doesn't seem to like Scott. I called him Danny Wheeldon. That's the bloke I work with, to be fair. Scott Wheeldon. Yeah, sorry, Danny. I don't know if they're related. McAllister's having a stormer. Yeah, you're right there. He's yet to see Stanley Jean, of course, to take the park. As a knock on from LFC. Yeah. Praying. Grandad Dykes just I think the ball hit his Zimmer frame on the way down there, Mike. You can stop laughing, Mike. I'll pass it back to you in a minute. But certainly no flash rugby going on today. The Robins are trying it, but I think they've been lucky in the last few minutes that all haven't been able to capitalise on those mistakes.
Yeah, but same could be said the other way around. I mean, we've had a few chances going through where we've knocked the ball ourselves. It's pretty equal at the moment. Last 15 minutes been pretty equal. After a great start by Rovers. Yeah, like Dan just correctly pointed out, we actually got a try from an error. A failed kick through from Sean Berrigan. Paul Cook blocked it with his foot and away Jake Webster went. Attempt at another 40-20 by Scott. He's going to get there, you know. It is, you know. That's exactly what I was saying. You've got to take advantage of this wind. Short passes, there's no need for them. If you can kick in this strong wind on your 40-20 that easy, that's the way you should be going. Every single set of 6 you get. Play your 5, kick on your 6.
Absolutely, Mike. It's the type of wind that halfbacks dream of having at their backs. You get very few 40-20s because it's as easy as it might look from up here. It's not an easy thing to do at all. Get the accuracy. I mean, it's quite a small window to aim at. If you get it wrong, as we saw against Castleford, it just goes wayward. But certainly with this wind, you don't even need to kick it. You can give it a good couple of bounces and it's straight out there. Motu Tony had no chance with that one, to be fair, as opposed to the earlier one. Again, though, the Robins, they need to make this pay. A good strong running from Webster. He's in there against Todd Byrne, so those two will know each other. They're both Kiwis. Well, Kiwi born anyway. No, they both play for the Kiwis, didn't they? Jake Webster was actually born in Australia. Back that one out. Again Newton. I think he'll be having there'll be a few words from Justin about those offloads. Unless it's a definite offload. He just offload for offload's sake, I think, at the minute. Newton not having his best game in a red and white shirt. As his former Melbourne Stone teammate didn't really get much of a ball to run onto there, but made decent ground anyway. The Robins then going to the left. Little run around with Ben Fisher. And again, that wind really playing havoc with even the passing. Anything over 4 or 5 yards, and it's really taking it. Justin doesn't look happy at all, Mike.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. It's forced rugby. You know, there was a man there, easy pass. He's decided to try and go wide, and yet nobody's been there for the pass. It's silly, really. Just have a little think about it, assess the situation, then play your move. there's no thought going into it at the moment. There's too many players willing to offload the ball instead of taking the drive in, which is unfortunate because the chances are there to score. Still, all head and feed and they get the ball from it. Matt Singh has a drive, goes down on the 15-metre line. Plays the ball. Good line by Rovers. Straight up, got to be a big hits all the time. Danny Tickle makes a breakthrough. Good 5 yards there actually made by Danny Tickle. Well played the ball. Motu Tony has a drive. Brought down. Yes, he's done it. Another brilliant tackle. Chev Walker this time. Met him full on, face to face, mano a mano, and knocked him down to the ground. Monsieur. No, we're not in Catalan now. Oh yeah, he's French. I'm sorry, I get your point now. Sometimes hard to do that, you know. Nah, you're going nowhere, son. He's done well to get back there. I thought it was a couple of players offside there when he kicked through. Never mind just the one. But still, he's got back, covered the kick out. Few relief faces among us here. Few relieved in the east stand. Yeah, great play from Hull. Made a lot of meters in that set of 6 actually. Because they steadied it, there was no silly passes. They thought about it and gone with it. Brilliant cover there. I think it was Scott Morelli. No, was it Paul Cook? I believe it was Paul Cook who got back. Should have a lot of energy. He's been off for long enough. Enforced break, of course. But we'll not talk about that today. It's over and done with. It's finished. Clint's hobbling about a bit. Looks like he's he's got the thumbs up from the physio. He'll be all right. He's a big, strong lad. Big, tough as they come. Clint Newton, American, if I believe, if I'm right. Yeah, Muscle Beach, South Carolina. Very good. I frequented there myself. Yeah, a few golf courses where his dad used to like it, of course. I understand he's not a goal band handicap himself. Anyway, back on with the game. On the 30-metre line. Well, let's see, driving forward. Forward pass, Graham Owen. Tackle well. 24 metres out from the Rovers line. Danny out and play. Scott Wheeldon jacks it in. Another big hit from Macca. No, I think he's got something against him. It's point to prove there, I think. Still, he met him well again. He fell to his knees there before he got there. It's not Graham Owen, is it? Yeah, it was Graham Owen. All right then. Adam Dykes. Oh, no, he fell into that. He fell into it. There was a slight doubt by the other side, asking the referee there if it was an hard tackle, but he fell into it. Dykes go forward. It's a clever kick, that. Oh, well done. Oh, it's going to go to the video ref. They think they've scored. What's he asking here? He's only got to have touched that ball behind the line, of course, for it to be dead. He only has to touch it against the post for it to be dead. That's true. Let's have a look at the big screen. And foot. Never a great view from up here. That's Sean Briscoe's ball. I think that's okay. I think he's touched it behind his own line. I think this will be a drop out from underneath the road posts. But the drum's rolling. We've got a closer look now. I'm relying on your eyes, Dan. I don't know. That's 50-50. I think the benefit of the doubt's got to be given to the defending side there. I never give the benefit of the doubt to Olaf Cease. I'm sorry, Dan. Yeah, I think he's had it pulled away from his hands there. Motu Tony's not celebrating at that point. I don't quite know what's happened there. I think what they're claiming for is a dropout. I think they're thinking it should be a dropout because he's grounded it beyond his own line and brought it forward. I can't see what he's claiming for, to be quite honest with you. Might be a first tackle. Could be a dropout. No try. Hand over. Like I said, first tackle on the 10-metre line because he's... No, it's all right. Yeah, 10-metre line. As you can tell, if you knocked it on LFC. Last tackle. There's no scrum. It's a tap on the 10. Good defence again though, Dan, because he had to get down there nice and early, and Sean Briscoe once again proved his worth, as he has done many times this season already, mate.
Yeah, it was a clever kick from Adam Dykes as we go into the last 8 minutes of the half now. The Robins could do with a score on the board. We've had this, well, they haven't got the extra man now, but they've gone 10 minutes with the extra man and this strong wind. And not really capitalised on the scoreboard anyway. Let's Kirk then. Runs that man's not square at all. You can run between two square markers and get tackled, and it's not a penalty. As Netherton takes to the field to replace Ben Fisher. He's had a good stint. He must be held already. Yeah. Briscoe's going to look to kick now. That's not a bad one. I think that'll probably go dead though, but that'll do with the Robins for now. We'll keep them penned down here with this strong wind in their faces. If they can just keep the runners, well, I've seen no great rush to get this game restarted at all. like I say, they look dead on the feet. There's strong wind. We will keep banging on about it, but a really strong wind. That's decent yards made by Hull FC. It's more too Tony, I think. It looked like a good, solid tackle from the Robins. A little bit high, but nothing made of it by the Hull player, so that's fine. He's going to give us an offside again now. You're not allowed to take that one quick, Mr. Dykes. He's given us for not being square at the acting half yet when... well, I'm not even going to bother, Mike. Can't be bothered with that today. Scott Wheeldon then sensibly sidestepping away from Macaulay as though on that occasion. It's a good run from Danny Houghton. I think he's going to be one of the shining lights in the next few years for England Rugby League, because he's absolutely awesome at the minute. He's had no problem stepping up from the under-21s for the Hull FC team. There's Hull then, 20 metres out. Look inside, that was a very flat pass for my liking, but he's knocked it on anyway. Another crunching tackle from the Robins. Certainly the defence is winning this game for them at the minute. Great hit from Kirk Netherton on, I think it was Todd Byrne, it might have been Berrigan actually. He's not an easy man to bring down, he might play a hooker role, but certainly head flat back then. Great tackle. And like I say, Mike, it's the defence that's winning the game for the Rovers at the minute.
Yeah, I think conditions dictate, Dan, that's how the game is going to be played today. I think it will be defences on top. It's whoever can hold out the better and take those opportunities when they do rarely arise. Close game. Not a very good spectacle, as we've said before. But there's a lot of effort and endeavour on show. It's like I say, it's not easy conditions, it's freezing cold. But everybody's trying their hardest for Rovers anyway. Crossman. Aye again there. Aye again. Brilliant run. Good spin and turn and went again. Kirk Netherton off half. Bengalia inside now. Ooh, good tackle, well wrapped up. The option was there from Scott Morrell, well back it up. Penalty. Holding down. Had to do it. Done it to us twice now, he hasn't done them yet, but he's done them now. Holding down at the flare of the ball. Paul Cook should make some good yards here. Make some brilliant yards there. 30 yards, mate. Rovers received the ball. 16 yards out. Kirk Netherton to play it. Bengalia has a go himself. Takes the ball, steadies it in. Yeah, Bengalia, fantastic marker. Carries on this sort of form, he'll not be far off that Player of the Season award. I know it's early, but Kirk Netherton goes over himself. Oh, he's going down. No, I don't think. If you can have a look at the screen, no, he's taking him back 10 yards. Not a bad option at all. Gives them a bit of space to think about what they're going to do. Cookie goes off half. Every one of them with a foot in front of the line. I think it was 2 yards behind the line now, Dan. But there you go. Inside ball to Jake Webster. Yeah, he's having a look. Think about his options. Goes down. Oh, there's your player. There's your player. Webber! Oh! Brought down the yard forward. If he was a bit bigger then, with a bit more weight, I think he'd have gone over. As it is, the massive James Webster just couldn't cut free. Knock on, referee! How can that possibly go backwards? He's facing the Rovers line. Easy option sometimes that. Ball went forward. We all know for a fact he went forward. Easy option for the referee. No restart. Oh, you can have the ball 5 yards from your roll line. That was a forward pass to the Frenchman. Shoot along. Sacre bleu, that's right. Gareth Werner. Guinness man takes a run in. Goes down under two-man tackle. Mickey Vella. Bengalia is there again. Workhorse Bengalia. Always looking for different options in defence and attack. Todd Byrne there taken down heavily. Last tackle already to the Hull. Ooh. That's hanging. John Steele adjusts his stance. He's having a look at the gaps. He's found one. Oh, he tries to get through. Just put down once again round his shoulder pads. Bengalia. No, it's not. It's Daniel Fitzhenry. Oh, he's gone clean through and he's pulled him back for the penalty. Too quick to blow the whistle, these referees. Absolutely silly.
Yeah, they just go for the percentage, don't they, Mike? They don't really want to make any great decisions. It hasn't been too bad, I suppose, compared to the ones we've had in the last couple of weeks. But I hope he stopped the clock, because I think Hull FC just playing for time now. I think he has stopped the clock. So I think he'd already given the decision then, just as Fitzhenry was about to run away with that. But certainly the break will do them more good than it will us. So clever play from Graham Horn, whether he's hurt or not. Give his mates a rest, and I'd run straight at him myself now. He looks a bit groggy, so I'd just run straight at him and make him make the tackle. Of course, Graham Horney's got to be given a bit of credit this season because he was booted out of Super League by LSC early doors, but because of their injuries, he had to come back in, and he's been absolutely outstanding for them by all accounts. Yeah, the try now for the Robins just on the stroke of half time would be great. Never a bad time to score a try, but going into half time with that extra 4 or 6 point lead would really be a fillip for the Robins coming into this big strong wind in the second half. As Webster puts the ball through to Walker, that's a great take. He's well wrapped up, to be fair. I think we'll probably see a little kick on the floor from Webster, will we? Will he put it to the corner? That's a knock on. That's all on to the Robins. I know Fallouse just looks a bit ring rusty around the play of the ball there, a bit tired. Not played any games in Super League this season, of course. I think he came from Toulouse after being at the Catalans last season. Briscoe 10, will he get? No, he's well held up by the LFC. As Rovers then looking to spin the ball wide. Really have got to concentrate with those long balls. It's not really conducive to it today. As Webster looks like made a little dummy there, a little side step, but he's well wrapped up by Danny Houghton. As the Robins look to go wide. Ungalea, will he get through? I think that'll be play on, will it? Well, he's again taking the easy option, I think. The linesman and the referee there giving the knock on. Oh, the forward pass. I don't think there was much of a pass involved in it. I think it was just... well, it's difficult to see from here. We'll give the referee the benefit of the doubt on that occasion. Wearing your favourite pink top again, Mike, as I'm sure you'll be happy about. You did mention that you liked the shade.
I'm more a cerise man, but pink's okay if that's what it takes.
It's more magenta than cerise, that one, I think, don't you? Anyway, we digress. So last minute then for the Robins. Good solid defensive set to keep the LFC down here and going with a slender 6 point lead. Justin Morgan, I think, will have a few words to say about the offloads and just a silly play. That's not really... oh, come on, referee! Well, he's penalising, like I say, he's penalising one, he's letting one go, he's penalising the next one, and if it's a rule, it's a rule. You've got to penalise it every time, so that's what winds us up, I think, Mike.
Yeah, it does, it certainly does. Anyway, 21 seconds left of the game, of this first half, I'm afraid. Oh, got to finish the ball with the half with the ball, I believe. Frenchman has a good run there, but he's brought down. Not long to go now to the end of this half. Been a decent half in these conditions. It's not easy for anybody. Danny Tickle looking for an offload there. Can't do it. End of the half brought to an end. East Stand look well happy, and that will include, of course, all the Sexton family across there in the East Stand. Nicola, look, Bobby Joe. That's the first half I've been done with. We'll see you shortly for the second half.